Good day, everyone. Good day, Sir Escobar. So today we're going to tackle about policing style, models, approach, and strategies. So before we're going to tackle about the objectives for today, let's define first what is the policing. It is the maintenance, law, and order by a police force. So here it explains that police officers are tasked to preserve the peace and order wherever they place off, even in the urban area or in the rural area, in the provinces area. They are need to, or they are obliged to prevent crime issues, and they are need to show the expertise so that people in a particular area may have a safety way of living. So here we're going to tackle about policing, or what are their principles and styles when solving a crime or having their expertise shown by us. So today we're going to broaden our knowledge about policing styles, models, approach, and strategies that we may able to know when we are studying, or uh, when we are tasked also as a student to have an obligation or responsibility. So it is like just a policeman or a police officer. Wherever they place, they need to uh, follow principles to maintain the peace, so that the people may have a good way of living. So now let's define our objectives for today. So expected outcomes recognize policing principles that serve as guidance of the every member of the Philippine National Police. And B, comprehend and general and specific styles of policing. C, differentiate policing according to models, approaches, and strategies. D, categorize and compare the theoretical concepts of policing to the actual policing by the Philippine National Police. E, analyze and present the advantages and disadvantages of policing according to styles, models, approach, and strategies. F, assist how the current Philippine National Police policing is applied, as well as its result and impact to the community and to the police organization. So all of these expected outcomes, we may able to have this in our continuous topic for today. So we have here the two general types of policing. We have the proactive policing. So proactive policing, it is coined by Albert G. Reyes Jr. and David Bordua. So who is this Albert G. Reyes Jr.? Albert G. Reyes Jr., he is an American sociologist and criminologist. He recognized for his social contour theory. So he concluded that there was a greater risk of evidence in proactive police encounter than reactive ones. So what is this proactive? Proactive, it means that it is a prevention or reduction of crime and disorder. So proactive, it is something that you think in advance. So example, I am an officer. So because I am an officer, I know what are the crimes may occur in a particular area. So if, for example, I've been placed in a squatter area, so I know are the what are the possible possible mga crimes nga mahitabuan na nga area. So in me, I am proactive because I may able to prevent before the crimes happen. So ako ang obliged dito, so ako ang nasa ko ang responsibility nga ako maghapsay na, because I am there. So proactive policing is that kind of example. So here's some example too, so that you may able to have more knowledge about it. A student studying for a full semester class during their summer vacation. So here, students have the vacation. So before his exam mahitabo, dito inuna na niya yung pag-study because nag-advance siya. He know na kani na vacation magamit ni niya para magkaroon pag more knowledge about siyang ipang answer sa exam, something like that. So that is the meaning of proactive. So so let's back to the main topic. And Albert G. Bandura, he is an American sociologist, and he concluded that there is a greater risk of violence and proactive than uh, reactive ones, because reactive ones is something that you feel, or something that example is when someone pinch you, you react immediately. So reactive is that in that kind of way, because reactive is you react in the situation what is occurring in that present day, ana ba? So ning react ka kay gikusi man ka, so draa ka pumaw na ginami na reactive, so draa pa lang ka ning react na nahitabo na siya. So it's just like a police kanang nagtindog-tindog na ka dira, nag-ana lang ka, and then ning react ka pinakalit nga na kalit na mao na din niya iyang crime na nabuhat. So more bag reactive, more mas better ang proactive police kaysa sa reactive ones, ana. So the purpose of this proactive police, or proactive policing, uh, it is to control a situation or preventing potential problems, as what I've said earlier. So the other purpose of this proactive policing is a prevention or reduction of crime and disorder. So another example for you guys. Police work that law enforcement agencies initiate to stop crime before it happens in a given area. So as what I example earlier, that is the meaning of the policing. So David Bardua, he is also an American sociologist. They are same in Albert G. Reyes Jr. So proactive policing refers to the practice of determining criminal activity by showing police presence and engaging the public to learn that concerns, thereby preventing crime from taking place in the first place. So as what I've said, we have still example here, said that prevent problems from getting worse, reduce criminal opportunity. So now let's go to the elements of proactive policing. First, we have emphasize in prevention, mobilizing resource-based and police initiative, and the target the broader underlying force at work that may be driving crime and disorder. So now let's move on to the next topic, which is the approach or the strategies for a place-based approach. First, we have the hotspot policing. So the nation that police can be effective in addressing crime and disorder when they focus on small units of geography with high rates of crime, or target policing or place-based policing. So hotspot policing is a major innovation in policing. It is focused on a small geographic, is an effective and also it is an effective crime prevention strategy. Areas or places usually in urban settings, it can reduce overall crime. Like like uh, like like our common crimes in the city, we have the violent, stealing property, public order, and drug as well as alcohol offense. So hotspot policing is a street segment in a city where a lot of crime happens. Statistics continually. Just like for example, I am a student and I graduated, and because I am graduated, and then still I am broken. I am broke. I don't have money, and I see a lot of people there, so I get a chance to act a crime in that someone, because I see that he is a rich man, something like that. So aspect policing is it is a way to reduce crime, or it is a way that in our urban area or in the city, this hotspot policing is very essential to policing strategies. And second is predictive policing. So predictive policing defined as the collection and analysis of data about previous crimes for identification and statistical prediction of individuals or geospatial areas with the increased probability of criminal activity to help developing policing, intervention, and prevention strategies and tactics. So predictive policing also in the US, I've gathered data from the internet. There it said that predictive policing in the US need a computer system because it needs to analyze large sets of data and including the historical crime data to help decide where to deploy police or to identify the individuals who are protect portrayedly more likely to commit or be a victim of a crime. So predictive policing is where it gathered data. If, for example, in the urban area, there's a place there or a street there that uh, or a barangay that has a large crime when it case of stealing properties. So in predictive policing, so in this they were going to gather data and they will place a police officer there so that the crime will not be occur in that situation again. So it is something it is uh, uh, same as the proactive policing. So now it's the next topic. So a method of predicting crimes. B, method for prediction offenders. C, method for predicting perpetrators identities. Methods for predicting victims of crime. So that is the predictive policing, their methods. So the benefits of predictive policing is the predictions based on these analytic tools can guide the decision making of law enforcement agencies. B, law enforcement agencies apply this method to deploy their resources more efficiently and effectively. C, prediction policing techniques help to identify individuals that potential will be involved in an act of crime either as a victim or offender. Closed-circuit television or CCTV surveillance is a form of situational crime prevention designed to prevent both personal and property crime and can be used in place of or in addition to police. So CCTV is very essential in solving a crime issues or investigation scenario where it happens without the eyes of the civilians and the eyes of the police officers. So the CCTV is purpose is to back to the scenario where it happened, and it can be watched several times, whatever time you want to watch it, and then there you can gather a data what is really happening or what really happened in that situation. So target areas of CCTV policing. Cameras are placed in areas where they are thought to be most effective, which typically includes highly populated towns, city centers, car park, various other high crime areas. Base of CCTV surveillance policing. Rational choice theory. CCTV surveillance is grounded by this criminology. theory, which suggests that potential offenders are least likely to commit crime if they believe they are being watched or have a greater risk of being apprehended. The rational choice theory, it is very known that when you see a CCTV, you're making yourself doubt that buhaton pa ba na ako na crime or dili. It's because nakita naman yung naong and then naluoy ka, so there's a possibility nga malasen ang crime or mahadlok sila kay naay nakakita ana. So B, situational crime prevention strategy. The CCTV also grounded by this strategy, which argues that opportunities to offend can be reduced by slithering a variety of mechanisms, such as increasing the risks of an offender being apprehended, increasing the effort of crime commission, and reducing the violence that give rise to the criminal opportunities. The fourth approach is the intelligence-led policing (ILP). So intelligence or ILP, it is originated in the late 90s. Uh, it is model built around the management of risk. Intelligence officers serve as guides to operation rather than generation guilty intelligence. It is important to a law enforcement agency uh, the ISP or the intelligence-led police. It is very important to a law enforcement agency because of this ability, they can help them to combat crimes. So intelligence officers serve as guides to operation rather than operations guiding intelligence. A major logic of ILP is the prevention and disruption of future criminality. Key objectives of ILP is require some degree of predictability based on past criminal events. So here they're going to see the criminal events of offenders or what is his other criminal activities in his lifespan. So ILP has a close connection to another policing strategy known as predictive policing. So they are predictive policing and ILP are between to each other because or they are the same to each other because uh, they are searching historical data or a crime that is happened in that particular area or in the city in the urban place. So next reporting will be reported by our next topic will be reported by Ian J. Bardinas.